a goat, a tiger, and all of you are the living proof of the Ticaloa, the unity, the faith, and the discipline. You are proving me that that's real. Thank you for that. So I'm going to of Pakistani and French archaeological excavation. So I don't know if there is a sign language for archaeology. We say, I think in Urdu, what is Asare Kalima? Yeah, for the past. So, let's see the slideshow. It's cooperation between the French Archaeological Mission and the Sindh government, the Directorate General of Antiquities and Archaeology. And sometimes you have a bad day in the job, and you get home and you say, "Oh, it was a big day in the job. I don't complain." Well, I myself cannot do that because I'm married with my job. My wife is my boss, so I cannot complain at all. They started in Pondicherry. Then they came to Pakistan in 1958. So the first work was here in Sindh, in Abri, at the other side, and you can see Jean-Marie Casal. So Mr. Casal was the founder. They forgot actually there was also his wife who was here. And Professor Kurian, he was the first DG of Antiquities and Museum, serving Pakistan. He organized Antiquities Department, and after he handed over to Pakistan government. It was just after partition, so there was many work that was needed to do. And here you see a map of the different sites that we have excavated. You see if I have the mouse. Makan in Sindh, and also I've been working in the Gate Pakistan, APK, and Assam Kashmir. So we have worked in many sites, and we discover urban settlement. This is the work that we did in Sindh. They say we, but obviously they were like my grandfathers. I am the third generation of this thing. So now in Ameri you have a museum, it's good to go and visit, and it's being alive. You're I think 1 hour away from Ameri. The same type of pottery, which is a pulley pottery. So the same Balochistan. This is the site of Nepal, which is the oldest site in South Asia. You have tombs, you have houses, and you have the books that you see here. They are in English and they are available online. So before I leave, please remind me, I will share the links. They are free access and anybody can read. This is part of the work, the details that we found in the Mergari Balochistan. So you see the necklace, beads, seals, and buttons, and it's more or less what we are going to find in Chanhu Daro here in Nawabshah. So a little bit more of the work in Nusharo and Perak. This is also in Balochistan. This is part of the work of the team in Makan, where we found other cultures which are linked with Iran. This is very, very old. Now reaching Sindh. Has been built together with the government of Sindh. And the site of Chanhu Daro in the Shahid district was excavated only 1 month in 1935-1936 by an American expedition, but the site was discovered by Nani Gopal Majumdar from before partition, archaeological survey of India. Because of this, because of pre-partition work, all the artifacts are in Delhi. So when we came to work in Sindh, it was very important for the government that we initiate work in Chanhu Daro so we can retrieve this history again. So we have an air view here of the air view of the Chanhu Daro Complex Museum, and right here, and then the site, and the different squares are the working areas of all these years. Then you see top view of the urban settlements. And what you can see with the mouse here, okay. We have on this side, this is a main street, big street, main street, the street. And here there is a small street. We see a small street in the top, another small street in the bottom, went like this. So actually this is like a modern quarter. You know, you have the houses are surrounded by streets, like the compounds that you know. And these groups are groups of houses. So we have the groups of houses here. Now we see a plain view, and you can see the main street and the secondary streets, main road and secondary roads, and different neighborhoods which are organized. And this is all built in mud brick. So it's very difficult to excavate because mud brick, when you dig, you can also damage. There is a reconstitution. This is very important. You see the area view. So these two houses, house A, house B, they are here. House A, house B. So we have an entrance, a storage room, and washroom. I'm insisting on this because these facilities, washrooms and drainage, all water structures, and washroom. Okay, so we can see the artist's view on this side. The same entrance, storage, washroom, courtyard. Here is the courtyard, and here also from the other house. You see, two types of houses. And obviously, they have a fireplace, they are cooking, so the cooking is in the courtyard. And then they have a room on the back. Courtyard and a room in the back. But I insist again in the drainage facilities, in the washrooms, because they are 5,000 years old. Okay? So 5,000 years old. So they are very much more advanced than in Europe. In Europe, we have to wait like 3,000 years after them to have the same facilities. So it's very important to think about this technology because these are current issues of the society here. Access to toilet, access to water facilities, and the solutions are here in traditional architecture. So this is the archaeological evidence. So you can see the water pipe, and the water pipe is made with mud, with clay, baked clay. Traces of water reservoir.
Drain system?
We can see here, drain system is. And I'm saying that everything is built in mud brick. Everything but what is related to water. Obviously they need baked clay, baked bricks. So we know that we find a washroom, a shower, because we have the floor there in the corner. This floor is built with baked bricks. This is some of the pottery ornaments, and maybe you can replicate a little bit of this in your art, but also in textiles that you're making. It would be really nice to have toys made by you that we can present in Chanhu Daro, or we can present also in Karachi. But those are miniature pots. They're really, really small, you know? In pottery. Okay? So basically these are key toys. And this is very interesting because you still do it in-house. You still have today the same toys. These are large jars, and we can see plant motifs. We have the same. You have a wooden frame. This is pulled by bulls, and they just put bamboos and then pile up everything on the top. We have bird figurines, and these bird figurines, they have a horn, so you can, they have two uses actually. You can use it like a whistle, like a borindo, you know, like borindo. And it's very important because borindo since yesterday is considered world heritage, immaterial heritage, yes, since yesterday. But also, sometimes they have two horns. And maybe you know why, because some people still use the same thing, you know, is to give milk for the babies. Milk for babies. Like a baby bottle. Then we have beads. Beads for necklace or for bracelets. They are produced in Chanhu Daro site. And we have stones like lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli, this comes from very far, from Afghanistan. The raw material, but then the production is in Chanhu Daro. Cornelian beads, which are still very popular today. These are also toys for kids. Rattles to play, figurines to play too. We have shell bangles, very popular in women, and you see particularly women in Tardescent, they wear many bangles in the arm. Okay? So these are 5,000 years old. So we have other tools, a few knives, and some seals with inscriptions. This is a language which remains unknown. We don't know how to read these signs. We have a little basin here, and the buffalo, you know, is. But we think, yes, this is stamps, but we think that they represent like the families. How do you say, like kinship families, like castes, sort of. You know, each stamp represents a group of people. So we have a lot of beads. These beads are the ways of producing the beads. So basically, we spend the whole day digging into 5,000-year-old trash. And you can see here, complete stone. Then different steps for fabrication of the beads. The production process. So we can repeat the production process. It's also like a crime and scene investigation. We have the evidence, and we have to prove how this became the beads. So all the process. Also we have the process for the shell bangles. And now we know that, okay, in the past, we believe that there was one single person making the complete fabrication of the bead, which is normal, you know. One pottery maker will make a pot of clay. So just imagine that you have to prepare food, but you don't prepare all by yourselves. Each one of you has one ingredient, each one of you has one step. So producing the food will require collaboration of whole group. It's the same case here. Producing one bead with different peoples with different knowledge. Like a teamwork, but also is a way to control information. You know, if I want to give a message which is secret, I will exactly. But I can share the message a bit with you, a bit with your colleague, a bit with your colleague. So if I want complete message, I need the three of you, and you don't know what your colleague knows. Each one keeps secret one part. This is what we have here. We have also the tools. These are the tools for making the beads. These are chert. Chert is a type of stone. And these are blades for cutting and for perforating. Knife. And this is the remain of making these blades. They cut like when you are cutting potatoes, you know, and you get this kind of shapes. So we have also polishers for making shine the beads. And some tools. This tool, for example, this is deer antler, the horn of the antler. So bone, and this is metal. And this tool is unique in the whole world. The first one was discovered by us here. This I think you still use today. This is a ring, and the ring is to put the pottery base on the top, so it will not fall. Because you see the shape, so it will come inside. So we have again turtle, a dog, also this one is a dog, bird. We have also stamps with the script, which is unknown, and here we have Indus River crocodile and fish. And then we have the card, the gari. You see, you still use this until very recently. Traditional, you know, so 5,000-year-old technology which is still in use. So sometimes we have to think it's good to have new technology, but sometimes it's not necessary because traditional technology is good and is clean. Also, we have these are weight stones for the market. More stamps and more items that are produced in the stone. Ancient environment, which is important to understand what is happening today with all environments. So we work with collections of animal bones and plants. And we look into the animals of the past and into the plants of the past to understand what is happening today, like for example with climate change. These are other activities that I've been conducting myself in northern Pakistan. So this is in Gilgit, Pakistan. Stones, rock arts, which are engraved. You can see some Buddhist stupa here. I'm conducting some training. And next to the facilities that we have in Chanhu Daro, the new campus, we are also hosting a lot of students to provide training and capacity buildings. So I hope that the next year we can have at least 2 volunteers from this institution that can come to gain skills. There are many tasks that can be easily done with you, and you will learn. But above all, we will learn also, because it's very important also to our colleagues from France or Pakistan to learn how to treat here in paper with respect. And the other good thing of this opportunity that we have students from every province coming to work here. We have Pashto lady Azma, she's a perfect Sindhi speaker. Sundush is from Kashmir, Puraturan from Punjab, Miss Uzma is from Sindh. So we have also from any religion, you know. He was an Hindu Ashtat, he was from Makan, and all of them working together, you know. So it's very important also for the construction of the national idea of Pakistan, you know. The unity of the country, that we have people from different provinces working together. And this was the ceremony of certificate award last year. So even we had a colleague that came from Iran. So this was very, very nice, a very nice experience. And some of the students are selected, and some of them will get grants, and they come to continue training in France for 1 month. So I think at this level we can, maybe with the faculty, with the teachers, we can try to do some exchange programs. So this is our team. You know, we work here and after we leave. So the maintenance of the heritage, this is your responsibility. It's also the responsibility of the government, but we need to move. If we move ourselves, then the government will follow. You know? So we need some citizen initiative. Heritage promotes community well-being. You know, and the contributors of the team, you know, people from Sweden, people from Iran, Italy, from different provinces. Sorry, Mr. Sam, I don't have your photo, I have to include it here. Yeah, and we have other like co-directors. I hope next time I will tell him he has to visit here. He was not here today, but he will come. Is there any question?
So there is any tool like this was the zone of the war. There is many attacks. Is it found to the tool like a sword or gun from the Chanhu Daro?
We found only one knife. This one. This is the only one.
This is, I think, used only for the domestic use.
Maybe that's the thing. So there is no proof of warfare. So this is a big issue because there are many explanations. Many people say, "Oh, there is no weapon, so this civilization was pacific, totally pacific." But in fact, there is a more common reality. I have seen here in Pakistan, when someone passes away and dies, people will take the jewelry, the metal jewelry, and they will take it to the foundry, and they will destroy it. They will give it a new life. So probably this is happening here. This is why we don't find weapons. They are using metal.
Another question. Chanhu Daro and Chanhu Daro, both are one of the well-urban settlement example for the time. Other urban settlement you find across the world.
Oh yes. I mean, here in Pakistan, you have for the Indus Valley civilization more than 2,000 sites, urban, which are unexcavated. So there is a lot of work to do. There is a lot of work to do.
Thank you.
So this is a flat area, you know. All the Indus plain. It's very flat, very flat. So from time to time, you see above the crops a little mound. The mound that breaks the flat area. So then you say, okay, this is not natural. We have to see why this mound is there, you know. And then we go, and in the surface, we see the tikri, the remains of pottery there, small pieces. And then we use our eyes, and with training, we can perceive the things. We can perceive words. For the students that come for the first time, it's very difficult to see because the soil and the mud brick wall, they have the same color. Sometimes the students come, they have master level from university. I say, I'm a student, I know. They come to the field and they realize that it's very difficult for them to work. And then I have workers from the village. They barely know how to read and how to write, but they've been working with me 10 years. They have 10 years of experience. They see the things and they know how to work. So this is the importance of practical work.
So every year we have a lot of information regarding it, but we will try to learn more about it.
Yes, there are some posters which are. So I will send all these posters to you, okay? And there are many resources available online, but we need to make more things. It will be very useful if we can prepare some speeches and you can translate it to sign language. To have some videos maybe in the museum, have one video running permanently